For the last 24 hours since Imran Khan was shot dead, this is what Pakistan has basically looked like. Bullets have flown. The country is in free fall. This was a country, remember, that was already volatile. It was already in a state of collapse. And those bullets that hit Imran Khan yesterday have only accelerated and exacerbated it. From city after city, riot-like situations, violence, arson, looting, and chaos is the main feature in Pakistan today. Here's a look at just what has swept through Pakistan since the incident that took place yesterday in Wazirabad. And after this report, I'm going to tell you how things got to this stage, and then I'm going to tell you what India needs to take care of. Chaos and implosion. Pakistan is on edge. Hours after bullets were fired at former Prime Minister Imran Khan, the situation across the country is spiraling out of control. From Peshawar to Faizabad to Karachi, angry Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf workers have hit the streets, launching an offensive against the current establishment. Some even went and vandalized a police vehicle in Peshawar. They're accusing the Pakistan Prime Minister, Interior Minister and the army of plotting to eliminate Imran Khan.
उन्होंने मुझे और मियां असलम इकबाल को बुलाया और उन्होंने कहा कि मेरे बिहाफ पर ये स्टेटमेंट जारी करो, क्योंकि वो कह रहे हैं कि मेरे पास पहले से भी कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही थी जिसका हमें पहले पता नहीं था, लेकिन उन्होंने ये कहा और उन्होंने कहा है कि 3 लोगों के ऊपर मेरा यकीन है कि जिन्होंने ये सब कुछ करवाया है, और वो 3 लोग जो हैं वो शहबाज शरीफ हैं, वो राना सनाउल्लाह हैं और वो मेजर जनरल फैसल हैं.
In hospital, Imran Khan continues to rally against the Shahbaz government, calling for a core meeting to map out the plan ahead. His netas, on the other hand, have upped the ante, announcing countrywide protests till their demands are met. The Pakistan government under Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, on the other hand, has accused Team Imran of spreading lies for political gains.
मैं ये जरूर कहूंगी कि इस वाक़े पे सियासत मत करें. इस वाक़े पे बिल्कुल सियासत मत करें. अपने जो अल्फाज हैं उनका चुनाव जिम्मेदारी के साथ करें. जब तक हकायक सामने नहीं आते, पंजाब की हुकूमत जब तक कोई हतमी वो नहीं देती, खुदा का वास्ता है ये जो गैर जिम्मेदाराना स्टेटमेंट्स हैं इनसे परहेज किया जाए.
The PTI chief, who was dethroned as Wazir-e-Azam in April, was shot in his legs but managed to survive the attack on his life in Wazirabad. It has for sure earned him sympathy as he looks to reclaim his throne. But how far will it help him in his mission Shahbaz Hatao? Only time will tell. Bureau Report, India Today. Now remember, India is looking at everything that's been happening in Pakistan very closely. It's another country, but there's an old saying, everything that happens in Pakistan has an echo or a vibration somewhere in India. Because even by Pakistan's standards, 2022 has been a difficult year for that country, politically speaking and otherwise. In the last 4 months, Pakistan has fallen victim to severe political and economic crisis, one after the other, each almost entirely self-inflicted. As their economic situation teeters on the brink of collapse, what really led to this Pakistani crisis? Here we decode that for you. The echo of these shots fired at former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan reverberating across the region. Hours later, the country is still reeling in its aftermath and the crisis only spiraling. The attack on Imran Khan happened as he was leading a protest march to Islamabad to demand snap elections.
इसका मकसद क्या है? इस मुल्क में जो फैसले हों वो मुल्क के अंदर फैसले हों. कोई बैरून मुल्क के पुतले हमारे मुल्क के फैसले ना करें. ये छोटा सा तबका जो कब्जा करके बैठा हुआ है, जो हर वक्त चोरी करता है और अपने आप को एनआरओ दे देता है, इनसे आजादी के लिए ये तहरीक है.
25 मार्च 2022 को तलब करदा इजलास के काम के इख्तिताम पर बाज़रिया हाज़िर बर्खास्त करता हूँ।
Imran was removed from office in April, remember, after he faced defeat in a vote of no confidence brought by a coalition of rival political parties. Pakistan's Election Commission has disqualified Imran Khan on charges of concealing assets and banned him from holding public office for the next 5 years. The Long March was Imran's answer to this. He's also been unsparing in his attack on the country's powerful military establishment and spy agency, the ISI.
जब अच्छा बुरा होता है तो अल्लाह ने हमें इजाजत ही नहीं दी कि हम न्यूट्रल हो जाएं। जानवर न्यूट्रल होता है, जानवर में अच्छे बुरे की तमीज नहीं होती। इंसान अच्छाई के साथ खड़ा होता है। छोटा चोर चोरी करता था तो उसको
Allegations and counter-allegations between Imran Khan and the Pakistan army have been thrown around.
मेरे खिलाफ बंद कमरों के अंदर, मुल्क से बाहर और मुल्क के अंदर एक साजिश हो रही है और वो साजिश ये है कि वो चाहते हैं कि इमरान खान की जान ले ली जाए।
Pakistan is currently struggling with an economy in free fall, food shortages and the aftermath of unprecedented floods that killed and displaced hundreds of thousands. But the political uncertainty in the country has drawn focus away from the plight of the common Pakistani. Analysts say it may also discourage foreign aid and investment that the country is in desperate need of and was looking forward to after its recent removal from the global terrorism financing grey list. Bureau Report, India Today. Now the bullets that have flown yesterday have basically triggered a game of thrones and perceptions. So let's show you the state of play regarding all the stakeholders in Pakistan, starting with Imran Khan. Now, the perception number one is that this incident has proven Imran Khan's popularity and that he is resurgent. Perception number two, that Imran Khan is somewhat of a threat to the entire establishment. And perception number three is that he's troublesome enough for someone to actually mount an assassination bid on him. And finally, perception number four, that he is an effective dramebaz. People might call it drama, but it has captured the imagination of a large section of Pakistani society. Then you've got Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. Perception number one, he's bland and clueless amidst this entire chaos. Number two, he's a puppet of the army, which is basically everyone, but Imran Khan has sought to differentiate himself now. Then let's come to the Pakistan army. Perception number one after this incident, that they've been triggered by Imran Khan to actually do something like this or seem to be doing something like this. Perception number two, they are seeking to silence Imran Khan, even though very few actually believe that the army would have done such a slipshod job as far as an assassination attempt is concerned. Imran Khan's party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Perception number one, it's proving its point about the army that Imran Khan has been shouting himself hoarse about for so long. Perception number two, it has demonstrated its desperation to return to power 4 months after being unceremoniously deposed. But now coming to the real big questions that we're asking here on 5 Live. Question number one, how should India react to this fresh chaos? There's been a kind of, very vanilla statement that's come out of the External Affairs Ministry, which is totally justified. But how should India react? Number two, does the Imran Khan chaos have implications for India? Number three, is an imploding Pakistan good or bad for India? And number four, can India do anything other than simply wait and watch? And number five, with Pakistan's public in several cities rising against the army like in Peshawar, could this have some kind of a security impact along the line of control, which is the interface point between Indian and Pakistani forces? Those are the big India-centric questions that I'm asking today on 5 Live. And who better to get some wisdom on those questions than a former chief of the Indian Army, former chief of the Army Staff General Joginder Jaswant Singh joins me live on this very, very important point. It's an inflection time in Pakistan. There is chaos. Good evening to you, General Singh. Very good to see you, and thank you for your time at this, difficult time for Pakistan and a great deal of uncertainty in that country, but also many questions for us here in India about what kind of impact this has for us. What do you think, sir, sitting here in India as a former military planner whose job it was to look very closely at all of our neighbors, especially Pakistan, what would you say the impact of this would be in India?
Shiv, I would firstly say thank you very much for getting me on your panel. And secondly, to answer your question,
Yes.
I feel that India does not have to react. We have to be prepared for certain contingencies. And therefore, I feel that Pakistan in its present situation, it has been through a turbulent history, but it is now facing the biggest challenges, which are the extremist monster they created in the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
Secondly, they have schisms within the country between the Sunnis and Shias, then between the Punjabis, the Baluchis, the Sindhis, and the Pashtuns. So like that, they are on top of it, as you brought out, they're in an economic mess. They have been bailed out recently and also cleared from the grey list of FATF.
Yes.
It is a nation which has pressed the button, according to my book I have written a few
Yes.
years back, the button for implosion. And that button, when it has been pressed, the people of Pakistan, it is their responsibility to prevent this fire to reach the detonator and blow up.
Yeah,
so
true.
now what we are seeing is more and more people's voice against the Hukumran of Pakistan. And as you know very well, the Hukumran are the army and the ISI. And there's no doubt about it, a political appointee as a prime minister is only playing to the tune of what the deep state is telling them to do.
Absolutely.
What we have seen now, Shiv, is that attempt to get Imran away, out of the way, and therefore to try and kill him. That is the attempt of an assassinator, because there are not confirmed news, but whatever one could gather from various channels and abroad what is going on, there are more than one man involved.
Yeah.
It is one man who is now in front of them, whom
Yeah.
they have arrested. They say he had a pistol. But
General-
people have heard automatic gunfire.
Yes,
That means there is
yes.
another shooter with an automatic weapon like an AK-47.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that Pakistan is at a crossroads right now. The people of Pakistan must decide whether they want to be ruled by this kind of a deep state or the obscurantist elements like the Taliban and the
Yes, absolutely.
Al-Qaeda.
General,
They
yeah,
have
no,
to decide.
your point
It's
is very well
crucial
taken,
for
sir.
them.
Your point is very well taken, and one wonders whether the
Yes.
truth of what happened yesterday in Wazirabad will ever be out, given Pakistan's, predilection with hiding things over and over again in the past. But my question to you also, General J.J. Singh, is what kind of implications would this have in India, sir? Is an imploding, chaotic, unstable Pakistan
Yes.
a good thing for India or a bad thing for India from a security perspective?
Shiv, firstly, because we are a nuclear nation, we have to be careful, because the nuclear weapons must not fall into irresponsible hands. So therefore, not only India, the whole world will
Yes.
be worried that what happens in Pakistan in an unstable situation where things go spiral out of control. So I think India has to make a very careful assessment of what can happen in Pakistan and
Yes.
be prepared for it. Not only India, but I think the America and other countries which want the region not to be, impacted by implosion of Pakistan, they would like to see some stability coming in. But according to me, my judgment, Pakistan is very much prepared at the moment, ready to implode, because there are too many, as I
Absolutely.
said, schisms in that country. So now we wanted a stable, prosperous Pakistan. Despite our best wishes, not only of ours, but America, China, everybody, they might still implode. Balochistan is out of control. Their army, I can tell you, they have many regiments of Baloch people.
Absolutely.
They have Sindh battalions. They have Pashtun battalions. Now their loyalty will slowly and slowly get affected. And I can tell you that they cannot pose a threat to us. So we need not worry on that account.
Okay.
But we have to see what happens in case they implode.
Absolutely, and the implosion is certain. It's happening in front of us, you know, with each passing day. All of the images from Peshawar to Karachi to Faisalabad to other cities, you know, there is one common thread running through all of that, and there is a public uprising, there is violence, there are protests by the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and it's the point that General J.J. Singh made about being prepared is the only thing we can do is very timely, because General Ved Prakash Malik also joins us on this special broadcast, and who better than him to know about you know, preparations as far as Pakistan is concerned, because General Malik, as all of our viewers know, has been a wartime general during the Kargil war, and he knows a thing or two about dealing with Pakistan. General Malik, welcome to you as well, sir. My question to you, sir, is there anything, you know, the Ministry of External Affairs, of course, you know, issued the standard sort of statement after the incident of yesterday regarding Imran Khan. But from as a military man, as a former general, is there anything else that India ought to do or can do in the interim other than wait and watch, sir?
No, frankly, no,
Yeah.
because there's going to be a major change. But, you know, I differ slightly with General J.J. Singh. I still feel that the army remains very strong there. And as an institution, it is very strong. Plus, it also controls their nuclear weapons. So I don't think they will let the civilians take over the nuclear weapons areas or be upset. So I think this fight continues to be a political fight.
Yeah.
And knowing the history of Pakistan, 3 decades the army has ruled out of 7 decades.
Yeah.
So maybe we are heading towards an army coup, and the army will come out in full force thereafter. But I feel that is likely to happen. Army will come out in full force, and they will take control of the situation. In the meantime, we really have to just wait and watch and do nothing except to remain alert on the borders, because again, in order to show their supremacy, they might even create some incident along the border. So we have to be careful on that.
Which is exactly what I wanted to ask you about, General Malik, which is that, you know, as an army, as a former chief of army staff, when something like this happens, you know, when there is a particular sort of period of great instability or chaos within Pakistan, how does the Indian military react? You know, are there protocols? Of course, you can't go into any sensitive issues, but there must be some things that change within the military to prepare for any untoward incident. Because like you said, whenever something bad goes down in Pakistan, they try and create distractions at the line of control or the border or elsewhere, sir.
Yeah, that part, as far as the military is concerned, I think we have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Because the military might create an incident along the line of control or on an international border in order to, again, show supremacy within the country that, look, the army is required, Pakistan army is required. So we have to remain alert on that, and more on the defensive side, I would say. Unless they create a problem, then it's a different matter. But in the meantime, we just have to remain alert. But Pakistan, at the moment, what I see is it's a political fight which is going on. And army is, at the moment, just watching and probably waiting. Another few days, another important thing that is going to happen is the fate of the present army chief of Pakistan Army. Because whether he will continue or there will be a problem within the army. Now, I think that we have also to keep an eye on, and it will be interesting to watch whether Bajwa continues his corps commanders want him to step down, or he himself steps down, that also is going to create another problem in Pakistan.
Okay, very, very interesting. General J.J. Singh, I wanted to bring you in on the, the notion of of a military coup in Pakistan. As we all know, a coup has never been, entirely off the table at any point of time. It's always, a possibility that could be just around the corner. Do the current circumstances suggest to you that the military might want to sort of clamp down and take over? Some pretty unprecedented things have happened in the recent past, sir, including the DGISI addressing a press conference and attacking Imran Khan, some intemperate remarks being made in public, which you normally never see from a DGISI or a Pakistan, Chief of the Army Staff. Does that suggest something to you, sir? General JJ?
Shiv, according to my judgment, Pakistan Army is in no condition now to do a military coup d'etat. Pakistan Army has learnt its lessons. They have not been good for their country, and the people have started questioning them. I'd like to mention it to General Malik that for the first time openly people are questioning their armed forces, their military leadership, and asking them, where are you taking our nation to? We are worse than Bangladesh today. And you can imagine what the people of Pakistan are saying. They are saying the Indian government, the Indian leadership is taking India forward. And our leadership, under the guise of a sham political setup, guided by the military, and earlier it was only the military, they have taken them into this route for chaos and destruction. So I believe the people are now questioning their leaders, military leaders also. So therefore there is no sanctity left. Their military is vulnerable from inside, as well as if they do anything, miscalculations like they did in Kargil, they'll get it very severely on their head. They get a knock, they will remember again. And I can tell you one more thing. That it is not far away a situation that Pakistan might splinter into 4 or 5 small states. Remember what happened in Yugoslavia. Today nobody talks of Yugoslavia. There is Serbo-Croatia and so on and so forth. Pakistan could well also follow that path because they are not a real democracy. A democracy does not break up. It's only the one-party rule or a military dictatorship which countries have broken up. Take the example of Sudan, you take the example of USSR itself. So I think I'm very clear, Pakistan Army is keeping themselves away from this, but they are having a hand underneath the surface where they want a man of their choice to be at the top. First they supported Imran to become the Prime Minister, but he did not toe their line, and when he started saying no to their ideas, he has been removed. Now they got Shahbaz Sharif.
No, and also, the images that we've seen. One final question to General Malik. Sir, I'm sure you've seen some of the images that have been on the media screen since last evening. Right now on our screens, we have pictures of, huge crowd, flinging stones at the Corps Commander's residence in Peshawar. They're jumping on tanks, damaging military vehicles there. Uprisings are not unheard of. They've happened in the past. But General Malik, do you see some kind of an inflection point as far as the Pakistani public versus the military this time? Or do you think this is just another episode of that kind which will just wash away with the military clamping down and asserting its strength?
The problem is that whoever comes into power in Pakistan requires military. And Imran Khan also knows that he will require military. So whatever is happening in Pakhtunkhwa state, in that province, because because Imran Khan belongs to that place. So what you are seeing is a localized thing. It will never happen in Punjab. And the military will, of course, play a role, but I'm saying that the politicians, at the moment it is a fight amongst between the politicians, Nawaz Sharif's party and Imran Khan's party.
Okay.
And the military is keeping quiet, obviously, because it doesn't want to get involved in this. But whichever party comes into power, let's say Imran Khan's party comes to power, they will require military, and military knows that without their support, nobody can stay and bring about good governance in Pakistan unless they are supported by the military.
So
that
India
is why
can be
military
prepared.
plays an important role
Yes.
as it stands today.
India has to be prepared. It has to wait and watch, but there's very little else that India can do but, really cover all the bases and be completely ready for any eventuality. And those eventualities have happened in the past. So India knows precisely what to expect. Thank you very much for your wisdom and your time, General J.J. Singh, General V.P. Malik. Very, very valuable for all of us here in India to understand what's happening, not from a politician's perspective, but from a military general's perspective, because they're the ones who command the men at the front line, facing the real threats from an imploding Pakistan.